Hello, everyone, and welcome to my Pivot with Purpose podcast. Today's episode is I Will No Longer Be Hidden. I like to start with have a super terrific, amazing day on purpose because I will be watching. And we support those who believe they could but struggle with if they should. And the transformation will be televised. So let's jump into it. So today I wanted to talk about I will no longer be hidden. And I hope you guys again will follow me on this journey of my transformation because it started a while back and I didn't know what it was. I just knew that things needed to change in my life. I knew that I did not like some of the things that I was doing, how I was doing some things, and how I felt when I was doing those things. So I stayed in the background. A lot of people will go, really, when? Well, you guys are seeing me now. You're seeing me now when I'm coming out and I'm being bolder and I am sharing my journey with you. But before, I'm gonna tell you, I did not like commenting on Facebook because I worried about how people were going to receive what I posted. I didn't really want to start a post on Facebook or Instagram because I worried about the likes or the shares or what the comments were going to be. I didn't really, TikTok was just like one of those things that I was never going to do because it was like, who, me? I'm over 50. TikTok is for Gen Z. TikTok is for the millennials. I'm never getting on TikTok. Why? Who would want to look or listen to anything that I would have to say on TikTok, right? So then I started my Over 50 and Fabulous movement because I wanted to inspire women who are over 50 to understand that just because we reach that certain number in our lives, that we don't have to sit back and watch the world go on without us, that we don't have to sit back and watch everybody around us doing things that we wish or want to do. So I decided that with much prayer, when I tell you guys, there is nothing that I am doing in my own might. There is nothing that I'm able to accomplish without God. If it was not for Him, I wouldn't be sitting here in my nice little yellow chair that I love so much. Oh, I got to tell you guys about my yellow chair. This was my mom's chair who passed away in May of 2020. Underneath this is a green chair. And I know I'm digressing, but I often like to share things that are really, really nice. And this part of my journey, because I knew that when I moved, this chair was coming with me and it was going to be a part of my new dwelling place. So I sit in this chair with pleasure because I watch my mom sit in this chair quite often, watching her TV. So now I sit in her chair and I speak to you in the chair that belonged to my mother. So anyway, we're talking about I will no longer be hidden. So that's what this episode is about. And so I decided that I was no longer going to remain in the shadows, that I was no longer going to worry about what people thought about me. And so that, that's part of my transformation. There's so many different things that happens with transformation. And again, I created the Pivot platform. Say that 5 times fast, right? I created the Pivot platform, which is purpose, inspiration, vision, obstacles, and transformation. And when I started it, I knew that it was going to be Pivot with Purpose because we always have to have a purpose for our pivot, right? We have to have a purpose for why we're doing things, not just willy-nilly going out there doing whatever we wanted to do, and there's no purpose behind it, right? I'm also going to speak on later in another episode the difference between passion and purpose. And so stay tuned for that. I'm not gonna talk on it now because I want you to come back for that episode regarding purpose versus passion. But here I just want to encourage you, to inspire you to come out of the shadows, be who you were sent here to be, who God created you to be. What is your assignment? I went to a service today for a 27-year-old young man. And if I tell you the things that they said about this young man, he absolutely knew what his assignment was. He was 27. And the things that he accomplished at the age of 27, I was amazed. And the words that people spoke about him was so amazing because he knew his purpose. He knew his assignment. He knew what he wanted to do. And he was not hidden from a young age, because they talked about him playing Pop Warner football in middle school and high school football and college football, and becoming a teacher and wanting to go on to become a principal. He knew his purpose. He wasn't hidden. At 27, who are we? If God allowed us to be over 50, if God allowed us to be 30, to be 40, to be 50, to be 60, to be 70 and beyond, who are we not to do what God assigned us to do? And so I look at my life, and there's that song, is if I look back over my life and I think things over. If I look back over my life, there's so many times I talked about missed opportunities. So if you go back to the previous podcast on missed opportunities, if I look back over my life and the times that I just stayed back and I watched somebody else live their lives, whew, if I could do it over. Hindsight being 2020. I remember my sisters and my mom talking about their principal, because we were born in Paris, Texas. So shout out, Texas born, Cali raised. That's another one. And they said their principal was saying, have that common bay horse sense. And if just hindsight being 2020, so I would have done so many things. So I would have done them differently, right? But I still got time, and I no longer will remain hidden. So I want to encourage somebody out there who's listening to this. Don't remain hidden. Don't stay in the shadows. Don't miss your opportunities. Don't sit there and watch somebody else do something that you wish you could do, because you can do it. Trust me, you can do it. Don't ever think that you can't. There's so many things that you can do. Again, you'll hear me talk about me going back to school. I will never ever stop talking about that, because I finished school at the age of 58. It was a 40-year journey for me. I talked about that in another podcast, my 40-year journey to my degree. In 2020, I became a certified coach. Never really thought I was going to do that, but it was because of something that had happened in my life, and I wanted to actually have a credential behind my name. Not to say that you need that. It was something that I did for me. Just like going back to school was something that I did for me, not because somebody else wanted me to, because I had so many people telling me, girl, you need to go back to school, you need to go back to school. And I kept saying, nope, not for me. If it's not something that is going to be something that's creative, an event planner, a skill, something like that, I'm not going back to school. I don't need a degree. Why do I need a degree? I'm at this certain age. I'm on my way out of the corporate world, right? So what is it going to do? If I get a degree, am I going to make any more money? Are they going to give me a promotion? You go into these companies now, and what is it going to do for me? That's what I kept saying. What is a degree going to do for me? It did something for me. Something inside of me, not because I needed it for a job, not because I wanted to make more money. I just wanted it for me. And when I decided that I wanted it for me, that's when I decided I knew that it was time for me to go back to school. So this one is, again, stop being hidden. Stop being in the shadows. Stop letting people make you think that you're not enough. Earlier on in a coaching class that I took with Patrice Washington, and she told us, we are big business, baby. You are big business. And when I say another coach, trust me when I tell you that coaches need coaches, okay? Yes, I'm a transformational speaker. Yes, I am a transformational coach, but I also need coaching, because none of us know everything, right? So find you somebody, even if it's not me. If you don't feel that I'm that person, find somebody that can walk alongside you. Find an accountability partner. My cousin now, Willetta Whaley, is my accountability partner, and we meet every week. There are times that I don't want to meet, and I want to call her and say, no, not doing it today. I don't feel like I had a hard day at work. I don't want to do this. And then something is, yeah, you need to do that, because that's what accountability is all about. And then I meet with her, and then I realize I needed that. She gave me some ideas. She encouraged me. She helped me to think of something that I wouldn't have thought about. So, and this is helping me in this transformation. This is the journey that I'm sharing with you guys in these episodes, and I hope that you're getting something from that. I hope that if one person is getting something and they're encouraged by this, and they decide that I am going to no longer stay hidden. I'm coming out of the shadows. I'm coming out. I want the world to know. No, I cannot sing, but I love to sing. And you go, if a song hits me in my head, it's gonna come out. Whether or not it's a tune or not, I'm going, because that's how I'm living my life, with joy. I'm living my life with joy. I am having fun. I am enjoying life. So some of you guys may appreciate this, some of you guys may not, and that means that I'm not for you, because I'm not for everybody, right? But it's okay. And again, I encourage you to find that person that's for you. But what I want you to do is not stay stagnant. Do not remain in the shadows. Do not remain hidden, because there is so much to life if you just give it a chance. Okay? Please do that for me. I'll be back. But until then, have a super terrific, amazing day on purpose, because I'll be watching. Because we support those who believe they could, but struggle with if they should. And baby, the transformation will be televised. I'll be back.